Ha'uber. Yesterday we were discussing if a woman is a Bas Yisrael, she's married to a Kohen. If she had a child from the Kohen, she's permanently Truma. Right? What about the husband dies and she's pregnant from the Kohen? The child hasn't yet been born. So we discussed, she's not permitted to eat Truma until the child's born. Once the child is born, then she can eat Truma. But since the husband died, if the husband's still alive, she eats Truma because she's the wife of the Kohen. But now the husband, she's widowed and she's pregnant. So until the child, when the child will be born, since it's the child of the Kohen, then she can eat Truma. But in the interim, she cannot eat Truma. A Yovam. Husband died, childless. She's not pregnant, but she has a Yovam, right? The surviving brother will eventually do Yibum. So she's attached to a degree, right? So she can't eat Truma because her husband's no longer alive. Is there the connection to the brother-in-law, is that sufficient to eat Truma? Again, it's not sufficient. After Yibum, she becomes the wife of what? Of the surviving brother. She's the wife of a Kohen. But in the interim period, she can't eat Truma, okay? Erison. What about if a Kohen is Ma'aris? A Kohen does Erison, just Kedushin on a Bas Yisrael. Or a Bas Kohen has Erison with a non-Kohen. She can't eat Truma. Also not. Okay? Hacherish. If she's married with a non-Kohen, she's married, but even though the man never consummated the marriage. There was only Kedushin, but she's out of the household, she's already was taken by someone, she's married. Okay? Doesn't make a difference. Because legally she's not fully in the father's house. I mean, it's not based on the physical location. Right? Huh? Works the other two. Let's say she's Bas Yisrael, she marries a Kohen, just Erison. She also doesn't eat. But there she doesn't eat rabbinically. A Bas Yisrael married to a Kohen who's Mekudeshes, because there's a concern that she may feed it to her family, right? Because she's still living with her parents, and they're not Kohanim. Or the husband may find some kind of defect on her, and that may invalidate the marriage retroactively. So therefore, until she's fully married, but it's rabbinical. Well, ben teishon of yom echad, poslin v'lo machilin. Okay? Poslin v'lo machilin. A child who's 9 years old is considered a sexual act. Right? He's posel, but he's not machil. No, let's say he did jibum. Right? It's a valid jibum. Right? But nevertheless, he's not machil, even though he's a Kohen. Because it's a cotton. But even though it's a sexual. What about Sofik mentes shonim v'yomechot Sofik enu ben Sofik sheino? It's a question of whether it was a sexual act or not. I mean, let's this way. No, she was a Bas Kohen. Her husband dies, so normally she returns to her father's household. Now the Yovam is 9 years old, does a sexual act. Right? She can't eat now. He's posel. That he invalidates her, doesn't disqualifies her. She can't go back to her father's house, or the other way, and it goes the other way too. She's a Bas Yisrael, the Kohen, the surviving brother's 9 year old does Yibum, right? Until he becomes an adult, she can't eat Truma. Let's say it's a Sofik if he's 9 or not. So it's a question whether the sexual act was done. You have to go l'chumra, right? She can't eat Truma because it may have been an act of Yibum. Sofik hevi beisar, Sofik lohevig. What about this question whether he's an adult, right? He's 13. The question is, without puberty, 13 means nothing. He's still a cotton. Nafal abayis. Okay, we left off here yesterday. Nafal abayis ola bal basochiv. This is unrelated. This is unrelated to truma, eating truma, right? The halacha is atzoras erva. The co-wife of the nerva has the same status as nerva. Norman, this is where you got a little confused yesterday. A man marries his niece. Okay? His niece, and he has another wife besides his niece. So, and now he has a brother, the father of that niece. Right? The brother's the father of his wife. Okay? Now, what happens if the brother who's married to his niece dies? So he has his daughter, his wife, which is the daughter of his brother, and he has another wife. Neither fall to evil. The daughter definitely not. It's his daughter. The niece that is the daughter of the surviving brother. And the co-wife is a Tzara Serva, right? She's not allowed, because since she was connected, right, as a co-wife, she doesn't fall deep. What happens? The house caves in on the brother and on the niece, on the daughter of the surviving brother. And there's a question, who died first? You don't know who died first, right? If the brother died first, so then the co-wife was what? That means she became a Yevama. The daughter became a Yevama immediately. So that means the co-wife was attached to what? To the daughter. So then there's no Yibum. What happens if the daughter was killed first, and then the brother died? Then the wife is not, the co-wife wasn't the co-wife at the time of death. So she does fall to Yibum, but there's no way to determine that. So it's a Savik Daraisa, but she needs a release, so she needs Chalitza. Choletzes lo Mesiah Bemis. That's the way she's permitted to remarry, okay? Then you'll do an Ezemes, Risho. It's not know who died first. Did the brother die? Did his wife die, which is the niece? Tzarasa choletzes lo Mesiah Bemis. The co-wife receives Chalitza, no Yibum. It's clear. You with me, Norman? Good. Uber. It says the Uber, a woman is widowed from a Kohen. She's pregnant from the Kohen. So it says the Uber does not, even though, well, let's say she's pregnant from a Yisrael, right? A Bas Kohen is pregnant from a Yisrael, so she can't eat truma. She can't eat truma. What about she's pregnant? She's Basho pregnant from a Kohen. She also can't eat truma. Once the Kohen is born, the child is born, then she can eat truma. But the Uber is, we said, only the one who's ochel is machil. The one who eats could provide, but an Uber is not ochel, so the Uber cannot be machil. Okay. Uber, ibas Kohen li Yisrael he. If it's a bas Kohen li Yisrael, he poselo. Why? Because it says kinureho, pratlum aberis. If you read the pasuk says bas Kohen kisia almora ugrusha v'zer ein lo v'shova el beis avia kinureho, like she wasn't nurim. Nurim means she wasn't pregnant, right? She wasn't pregnant, so therefore, if it's not kinurel, so she muberes. She's not. That's not kinurel. She's not kinurel. Therefore, she doesn't go back to eat the truma. Ibas Yisrael a Kohen. What's she Bas Yisrael married to a Kohen? So the child she's carrying is a Kohen. Also, is not machil, right? No machil. Why? He will be a Kohen when he's born. Okay, so maybe it's a yulud. So the halacha, it's not a yulud yet. It's an uber. Yulud machil, sheni yulud ain't no machil. That's the Gemara before. Once the child's born, she can eat. But until he's born, he's not machil. Hayovam. Now, what's the case of Yovam? Ibas Kohen li Yisrael. What? Wait, what's that? Only when she's pregnant. The husband died. There are no other children. She can't. What? She can eat. She eats. Yeah, she eats. Right, because if she has any children from the Kohen, she eats. Okay, because she's connected, but she has to be connected as a yulud. As a yulud, it's not a yulud yet. It's an uber. Ibas Kohen. Ibas Kohen. Now, what's the case of Yav? Ibas Kohen li Yisrael he. What about she's a Bas Kohen? So if she would not be Yavama, she'd be Chosru Shavu L'Beis Aviyah. She would eat, but since she's a Yavama, right? Poselo. Why? Because it says V'shova Beis Aviyah, Prato Shemeres Yavam. It says after she's widowed, she returns to Beis Aviyah. Here she can't return because there's a Zika, right? Until she gets Chalitza, she can't be Shova. So therefore, she Bas Yisrael a Kohen. What about she's Bas Yisrael married to a Kohen? Maybe the Zika, so she's attached to a Kohen. The Gemara says something phenomenal, an interesting concept. Yeah, this Bas Yisrael a Kohen. He lo machilo. What about the Zika? She's not permitted to remarry, right? Until something's done, either chalitza or yibum. Kinyan kaspo. Why does a wife eat? Because she's kinyan kaspo. He kinyan olchivu. Yeah, this. It's very interesting. Very interesting. No, that's what yibum is. Yibum is that's it. It's very good. It's gewalt. Rega, 1 second. The Gemara. There's a famous Rashi in Ksubis, famous Rashi. If a person gives a get And he says the get should take effect after he dies. It's not a valid get. That's called ein get lachamisa. So Rashi says, why ein get lachamisa? So he says, because ein hamesim megarshim. Because a person's dead, can't give a get. Right? So they all ask him, what do you mean ein hamesim megarshim? There's nothing to sever. The man dies, it's over. Right? What do you say? Because the person who died is not able to sever what's there, there's nothing to sever. He's died. So the way they explain Rashi is like this. We're talking about a woman. What does a man give a get? Usually a man gives a get because he doesn't want his wife to fall to Ibn if he doesn't have any children. He doesn't want his wife to go to his brother. So he gives a get. So if the get takes effect the moment before he dies, so when he dies, she's not a widow. Right? She's a divorcee. But if he says he wants to take effect afterwards, ein hamesim megarshim, there is it's kinyan shel achiv, which the brother takes over. He's taking over. The zika is kinyan shel aviv, shel achiv. You understand? So in that case, where there's no where there has to be ibum, the Torah says it extends beyond the person's life. So if that's the case, so why can't the get? So let it sever it. The answer is ein hamesim megarshim. Because only a living person can affect it, and since he died already, there's nobody to sever it. That's the way they explain Rashi. You hear it, Avi? No, that's the kasha. That's the question on Rashi. No, that's the question on Rashi. Good. That's the way to explain Rashi. Ein hamesim megarshim. There is a king. There is something there. And it has to be severed. But because he's dead, he can't sever it. But in what context? In what context are we speaking about? It's speaking where he died childless, and he gave the get to take effect after you died. So why can't it? There is a kinyan. There is a kinyan. It's kinyan. There's a connection. It's called kinyan achiv. But the Gemara says here, kinyan achvu. What does the Gemara say? The reason why she can't eat because the kinyan achvu. There's no kinyan period. We say the zika is called kinyan achvu. That's what the Gemara is saying. It says when he's dead here, it was saying with the yavam. She's a Bas Yisrael connected to a what? To a brother-in-law who's a Kohen. So the Gemara says maybe she should eat because the zika, which is connected to her brother-in-law. So we're saying the connection to brother-in-law is not his connection. That's the brother who died's connection. Kinyan kaspo kinyan da'achifu. Kinyan da'achifu is the mess. No, that's what Rashi says. Ein hamesim megarshim. You have to be alive to cut it, to sever it. He's not here. There is something. That's what you see from this Gemara. It's kinyan da'achifu. Yes, it's beforish. It's explicit in the Gemara. If there's no brother, then there's nothing. If there are children, there's nothing. But the Torah says, but if there is a brother and there's no children, then it extends itself. When he takes over the kinyan achiv, then she becomes ishto shel yovam. That's, of course, Yibuz a kinyan. No, it's kinyan achiv before that's zika. And then the kinyan achiv. No, he takes over kinyan achiv. It's his wife. No, but now it's kinyan achiv. There's a famous Rashba. There's a famous Chuvas Rashba. You know, very often when you want to remember locations, it's hard to remember the location. If you remember the fact, where is it? Person does, you know. So if you want to remember, there's a Chuvas Rashba. Rashba says there's a question. The Gemara says, "Ain't ever post mishnah." A person marries a woman. No edim. It's not a marriage. You have to have two kosher witnesses. You divorce. Person divorces. You have to have two witnesses. What about for yibum? When he's miyabim, she becomes the wife of the yavam. Do you have to have, like a person wants to be mekadosh b'biyah, before he goes into the room, he says, I'm going to be mekadosh b'biyah. He tells the witnesses, goes behind closed doors. For a period of time, he can do biyah. Right? That's how. So a person does yibum. He says, doesn't he witness? It's a machluk rishonim. The Rashba says that since he's taking over the kinyan of the brother, right? He doesn't need witnesses. He really used the mishamayim ka'akni alei. It's min hashamayim, right? So therefore, he's not creating anything. Normally, you take a single woman, so you create everything. For that, you need witnesses. He's not creating. That's the Chuvas Rashba. No, but it becomes a Kenyan. It becomes his wife. Actually, it becomes. It's the Kenyan Ochiv, because there's a Kenyan Ochiv. Right. So, do you know what his tshuva is? Even if you have a terrible memory. You say, I remember nothing, the tshuva Rashba. It's Simin Shin Chof Ches. That's where it is. Mishochach. That's where it is. So, Howard, this one you remember. What did you say? It's again. Which one is it? Oh, I forgot. See that? You remembered. Okay. Why? Because you do something. You do something. You advance it. Good. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. So you're for witnesses or against witnesses? Which is more logical? With witnesses, without witnesses? No, but who said you upgraded? Who said you upgraded? No, but you have to upgrade. It is. She becomes your full wife. Before you do the Yibum, she's partially connected to you. No, but when he takes over, what happens? It becomes a full marriage. Before he takes over, it's considered partially connected. Not the super, not the super. Okay. That's Yibum. No, it's still Korev. Even though it's Korev, but it's Korov Liznus. That's Abba Shaul. Abba Shaul says that's the reason for that. No, it's Kohen. No. But he still does. No, he has to. But he still has to reveal his intent to the witnesses. They have an illicit relation without witnesses. Let's say you need Adam. So it's nothing. Yeah. If you hold you normally need Adam, it's nothing. Znus means with Adam, meaning he's doing it because he loves her, not for the sake of the mitzvah. He says, "I'm going to do an act of bia with it." That's all he tells the Adam. Doesn't mention mitzvah. It's machlok Rishonim. Rashba says he doesn't need Adam. The Chuvas of Rashba. Other Rishonim are. No, it's a machlok Rishonim. That's what I'm telling you. That's the position of the Rashba. Other Rishonim argue. You need Adam. Because no. Yoshin's not Kohen. It's not Kohen. The Gemara is not Kohen. You have to at least know you're doing an act. Znus means, what does there say? You have to do bia. He has to tell witness, I'm going to do bia. No. No, she doesn't, because she doesn't have to be. No, because it's afil bal korcha. But if he, no, the Eidim, because they're witnessing the act. The act itself is the act. That's what the Torah says, the act. Is what we call the kiyumei. You don't have to have intent, but the act has to be witnessed. Right? It's not levruri, it's lekiyumei. It's not to verify. If I sell some, buy some, what do I need witnesses? Not to create the kinyan. That's only verify. Here, I want to marry from today till tomorrow. It's not we don't believe. Torah says the witnesses create the marriage. So the ones which created the Adam, it has nothing to do with your intent. It's the act which is witnessed by witnesses. That's what creates. Right. It's a machlokas. That's what I'm saying. The Rashba says, I don't know. We don't do Yibum. I'm not sure. There's no question. They're always Adam. Okay. Ersin. So it says Ersin. She doesn't need Trumas verse. Ibas Kohen li Yisrael he. Possibly, it's poshut, right? If she's Basra marries a Kohen, she's married to him. Right? Do Kanyo, Bavayo, he acquired her with Kedushin. Ibas Yisrael Kohen he. So that's it's Kinyan Kaspo, so she should eat. On that Lomachla, Bishum Deula. Right? Ula says what's over there. He says, Dvar Torah Rashi, third line. Dvar Torah Arusa, Bas Yisrael, Cheles B'Tshuma, Girisakini Kaspo, Omatam, Omrum, Enu Cheles, Zeresheme, Yimzgu, Lo, Kos, Beis Ovio. That's the reason. Because she may share the truma with her family, because she's still living. So that the Gemara says, what's nafkamina? Let's say the marriage is delayed 12 months, and he rents a separate residence for her, which he's mechuyev to, right? That's part of it. So then she could, according to this. But if you hold the reason is simpun, the Gemara says it's ksubas. But if it's a question, you may find a defect which will retroactively nullify the marriage, even if it has. So then she has to go to the Beis HaMerchutz with her relatives to check her. And if they say, then also she could eat truma. Okay, hacherish. What's the case of cherish? Ibas kohen li Yisrael he possibly. What? Or kind of bit country of cherish. We're talking about there's a person cherish shomei ve'enu medaber. Right? So he's considered incompetent. But rabbinically, we acknowledge the marriage. So therefore, if it's a bas kohen li Yisrael, midrabanan, she's married to him. Takan drabanan. Ibas Yisrael le kohen. What about if she's bas Yisrael le kohen? He lo machil. Kin kaspa rachmona vai la barkinyanu. She's not on Torah level. She's not married. What? She's not married to him. The bas Yisrael is not married because it's not kinyan kaspo. So let's talk now. Normally we say hefker bez and hefker. It's kinyan kaspo. When you buy a slave, Evet Kanani, what's kinyan kaspo there? That's kinyan kaspo. There, it's a chefs. It's an object. When you marry a woman, she's your object. She's not your object. The Torah calls it kinyan kaspo. You can't say hefker bez and hefker. If the Torah says this is not a marriage, because they said it is a marriage. It's not a marriage. You understand? Even though the Torah calls it kinyan kaspo, there's a question the Rashba asks on Daf Gimel and Kedushin. One second. It says on Daf Gimel, we learn out from Avram Avinu that what? From just as over there, kinyan kesef, kichu misteyefro. So just as karkas dikah bekesef, so Rashba, what about chazokah? Karkas dikah bechazokah. Here, Norman, if you take possession of land and you do an act of demonstrating ownership, so says if you wanted, let's say, an Evet Kanani, a Kanani slave, and you want to acquire, how do you acquire him? If the slave picks up the master, carries the master, that's an act of taking possession. Because, right, or he takes his clothing to the bathhouse. That's demonstrating ownership. So wife, if we're saying property could be acquired by demonstrating ownership, and because we're learning everything from Avram Avinu, kichu misteyefron, as he purchased with money, you marry a wife with money, so why can't you acquire a woman through chazokah? Right? That's the Rashba's question. So the Rashba answers, a woman is not an object. A slave is an object. Property is an object. It's through the money, see, it's demonstrating ownership. One is an act of acquisition. It's not a demonstration of ownership. It's not you taking possession. The Torah says when you give money, you become the owner. When you give money, she becomes your wife. Chazokah, the actual act, is taking possession. See, you don't own your wife. So that's what I'm saying. Even though it's called kinyan kaspo, it's called kinyan kaspo, right? It's the acquisition of your money. What about if you married her with a shtar? Still called kinyan kaspo. It's the equivalent of that. It's the equivalent. So therefore, you can't have a takonos chachomim. A bas kohen marries a what? Marries a deaf mute. Rabbinically, they're married. What? But the chachom, if it's a monetary issue, say hefker bez nefker, they have the ability to transfer ownership. You don't own a wife. The deaf mute doesn't own the wife. So therefore, if that's the case, she can't eat truma. She's a bas Yisrael. It's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of king. Right? You don't own her. She's not an object. Right. 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 Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So therefore, it's not possible hefker bez and hefker over here. Therefore, she can't eat truma. They could say from today to tomorrow she can't eat. That's something else. But we're saying a bas kohen li Yisrael. Right. Right. So bas kohen li Yisrael, since she's married rabbinically, so she can't eat truma. That's to prohibit her from eating. But he had to give her the right, a bas Yisrael, the kohen, and he's the deaf mute. They're not married. They say they are married. So what you say they are? That factually they're not. Right, they're not married. What's the case, Ben Tesha Shonim? Rabbinically they're married. Rabbinically married. Many years ago, we had a Shaila. There was a person who, years ago, there was a school for the deaf in St. Louis. Somebody who was the yeshiva, he moved there specially so his daughter could go to the special school. They closed it up today. Since they have the, what's it called, cochlear implant, they shut it down. They have no need for it any longer. So this girl went, and she got engaged to another person who was deaf. And she was a very intelligent girl, two deaf people. And they both very advanced. So my Rosh Hashiva, who was the Masada Kedushin. The story goes back very long, maybe 25 years ago. And so it was a question. He was very hesitant to say a bracha, say Birchas Nesuin, Birchas Ersin, Birchas, right? Bracha Levatola. You could do, what do you do? Wasn't simple, So, he ruled then, I think he spoke to Rav Moshe then also, that because today they were so advanced through the various methods of education, today a deaf mute is not what we see. Rashi says in Chagigo, a deaf mute is a deaf mute because he can't be in touch with anything outside of himself. So intellectually, mentally, he doesn't develop. So therefore he's incompetent. So it seems to be, but if you could develop and your only impairment is hearing and that, and everything else, you fully develop intellectually, then you're a regular person. You're not considered of the Gemara. So therefore, it would be Kedushin D'Oraisa. Okay? It's a regular Kedushin D'Oraisa. No, it's always a Masada Kedushin makes the bracha. The question is, bracha Levatola on the Masada Kedushin. Is he permitted? Well, you're asking me, we're not learning Subas now. No. The Birchas Ersin is not Shemei Kona. It's not, no. It's not Shemei Kona. That's not Shemei Kona. I thought you the Priagofen. It's like who said, read my lips? George Bush said, read my lips. Okay. Yeah, 100. Yeah, and one time they couldn't. They couldn't. All these things they couldn't because they never advanced beyond the most basic level. Okay, Bentesha Shonim. It says a child's 9-year-old. It's called a sexual act. What exactly is the case? So we're talking about his Shomeres Yovam, right? She herself her husband died. She was married to an adult, and now the surviving brother is 9 years old. Lamai mifsul kotnami mifsul posul. If it's not to allow to eat truma, a cotton also wouldn't allow, because she's still bound. There's a zika. He doesn't have to have relations with her. The zika does it. Ilachule to eat godel nami lo machil. Right, until he does the act. Godel nami lo machil. Amar Abaye hoch biyov meteshonim yamechor habo al yivinto. No, he had a ashkino. The midoraisa kanyule. On a Torah level, it's bia. It's more than a zika. It's more. So gedach let me hold midoraisa kanyule be also bia. Ema lochil kamash malon also bias penteshon of yomechot kamaim bergodel. It's only on the Torah level. She's his wife, but they only gave it if a person does mimer to Yevama. He does kedusha. We had this earlier. It's only rabbinical. So because he's a child, factually he's not an adult. They treat it like a rabbinic marriage. They treat it like that. So we're not giving her the right to eat. He's a Kohen to Yovam. He is a Kohen. So Midorai, she should be able to eat. But since they give Bias, Cotton, Bentes, Kamayim, Begodol, so therefore we don't know about it. This is L'chumra. This is not L'kula. This is L'chumra. Right? Amalei Rava. Wait a second. Amalei Rava. Yehochi Seifot. Let's see. The Ketan. Sofik Menteshon of Yomechot. Sofik Sheino. Hashnevarek. Bentes Lomach. What are we talking about? He doesn't eat because it's a Sofik. Even Vadaik. Right? Hashtavadi beteslo machu soving me boy. There's a question. So what's the Mishnah adding? Right? The Mishnah doesn't read right now. El omerova ben teshon of yomecho danach psulin ketoni the pasli bibioson. This is the case. The ketona ben teshon of yomecho geramo. Now what's the halacha a woman is defiled? Biasura. Right? A bas kohen has relations with a mamzer. She can't eat truma any longer. Right? So that's what we said. Bas, we're not talking about she's a Yavam, any of this. Amoni, Moavi, Mamzer, Nosin, any of these people have relations with a girl. He's with a woman, and he's 9 years old, she's finished. She can't eat Truma. What about the Sofek? Also not. Sofek, the right Chumrah. That's what the Mishnah is talking about, okay? Beteshonav Yomecho, Ger, Amoni, Moavi, Mitzri, Vadomi, Kusi, Nosin, Cholu, Mamzer. Shabola, Kehenis, Levi of Yisraelis, Paslua. No, because it's a biasura. Even it's bothering because it says over here, ger. I mean, a ger is a relation with a woman. What? Then afterwards, she's widowed. She can't marry a kohen. Well, a ger is not a problem.
No, because then she's
a what? A zona. But she's a ger. A ger is permitted. A zona is only a forbidden relationship. A ger will marry a regular Jewish woman. Well, it's not a problem. What's the problem? Why she doesn't become a zona? The woman's the ger is a male. Ger.
Go back for 1 second. If the 9-year-old can he also do chalitza?
No.
So he can only do one and not the other.
Because there's ish. We had that before. So what? Okay. What's ger? No, ger. What's ger? Where Rashi? Mitri Adomi. Which Rashi? I don't see Rashi. Cholo. No, that's good. That I hear. No, that's kusi. Right? Yeah, that's my difficult. That's my difficulty. Yeah, 1 second. There I go. You say anything on ger? Over there. Art scroll. What does Art scroll say on ger? Say anything on ger? Convert. Oh, that's what Geramoni. Here, Avi. Geramoni, not ger. Geramoni Moavi. We're not talking about as a goy. Yeah, that's, you understand? Even though they're Jewish, but since it's a forbidden relationship, that's poshut. Okay, no question. Forever, no, forever. Right. Mitzri is the third generation is permitted. Right. Okay. Good. Somewhere asked, "V'miktani seifim enu ruiyan lova by Yisrael, real psulin, b'chal de reisha la psulim askinon." Gemara says no. Reisha psuli kol, seifa psuli kuno. Gufa ben teshonim v'yom echad. Right. A child is 9 years old. Ger, Amoni, Moavi, Mitzi, Adomi, Kusi, Nosen, Cholo, Mamzer. Shmuel, Kohenis, Levi of Yisraelis, Poslon. Rabbi Yosef, a kosher Zaro, Posul, Posel. Kosher ain't Zaro, Posul, ain't a Posel. Okay? No, sir, comes out good. So let's say you have a Mitzri. A Mitzri Sheni has relations with a woman. So what? No, wait. What's going to be the child? The child's going to be a Shlishi, be a kosher Jew. Right? Kosher Zaro Posul Posel. So Mamzer Zaro Posel is Posul, right? Mamzer is Lolam. But Kosher Aim Zaro Posul ain't a Posel. That's Rabbi Yossi. Okay. Okay, further. Rabbi Yossi Omer, right? Kosher Zaro Posul Posul, Kosher Zaro Posul ain't a Posel. Rishim Galil Omer. Kosher atonose bito, atonose almanoso. Kosher aton ain't atonose bito, atonose almanoso. Okay, so the Gemara. So what's the difference? Rabbi Yossi and Rishim Galil are saying the same thing, right? If you can marry the daughter, let's say the Mitzri, he's a Mitzri Sheni. No, so that his wife is not psula. Atonose ishto. No, see, he's a Mitzri Sheni. He has relations. He marries a regular kosher woman. No. Kosher atonose bito atonose almanosoi. No, no. So what? You mean? So what, let's say he had a daughter from her. He had a daughter, and she was widowed after she had the daughter. Is she permitted to a Kohen? Who's Alman? The Almana of the Mitzvah. That means she's not Psul Lakuna. So Reb Shimon Gamliel and Reb Yossi seemingly are saying the same thing. They're both saying the same thing. So Rashi says, later Gemara is going to say what the nafkamin is between the two of them. According to Rabbi Yud, according to the Tana Kama, it makes no difference. Rabbi Yossi and Shimon Gamliel say it does. Omar Rav Yehuda, Omar Rav, Omar Kro Bas Kohen, Kisia Lizor, Kem Shnibel Apostle, Poslo, Fart, Kamarnu. Smars Haimi Boyle, the Komer Rachmona Bas Kohen, the Mitzvah Lizor, Lo Techol. Right? Hahi, Bishab Beisavim Nurea, Melech Mavio, Tochal Nafka. No, the B is a Biasura, the question, but does it make her into a zona? The reason why she's not permitted to come because she becomes a zona. So what makes her a zona? It's Biasura. So Rabbi Yosef says, no, Biasura doesn't make her into a zona. It's only in Zara Psula. If the Zara's Psula Lakohen, then she becomes a zona. Right? So let's say a Grusha marries a Kohen. No! A Grusha, an Almana marries a Kohen Gadol. So what's the child? A Cholo, a Chalola. So Chalola is puzzle, so Melo, therefore she's a zona. Right? Same thing. Let's say Kohen marries a Grusha. So what's the child? The Cholo. That she becomes zona, she can't eat Truma. Even if she's a Bas Kohen. Right? A Grusha Bas Kohen marries a Kohen. So what happens? If she's a zona, she's not permitted to eat Truma. What kind of child? If she has a child from this Kohen, the Grusha, it's Cholo. It's a Zara Apostle, she's a zona. Once a zona, she's not permitted to eat Truma. Same idea. Same thing. The Psul is zona. No. I understand that. It doesn't make... No, Cholo. No, not only. No, it's not true. No. Here we're talking about... I understand, but the same thing is true. Even a Grusha marries a Kohen, she's finished. She's a zona, she can't eat Truma any longer. She can't eat Truma. Yes, she takes on the status of zona. Something which is a Bia Asura Lakohen. No, she's not permitted. She's not permitted to have that relationship. A Grusha is not permitted to have a relationship with a Kohen, even though it's not a Psul Kol. Doesn't make a difference, but it's Zara Apostle. She's Mechulelis. No, it's not because she's because she's Mechulelis. Hakuna is Mechulelis. If she produces a Bas Chalola or a Cholol, she becomes Mechulelis. She can't eat. She becomes defiled. A Chol is not permitted to eat Truma, right? So, because she had, right. Who, the child? No, of course not. Right? No, of course not. Chol is the Yisrael. She could be a Bas Kohen who was divorced. Because she's divorced. No, as soon as she has a relationship with him, he can't. Right? Nothing. Only since she has a child as a cholol, what the child is, that's what she becomes. She's b'chulelis. Right? Correct. They take on the same thing. They both take on the same status. Okay, let's see. Anybody, but can't marry a Kohen. She's a kosher Jew. Kosher Jew, 100%. You can marry a Bas Kohen. A female, she can't marry a Kohen. A Chalol is if a we had earlier Shaila. What about a Chalola has a child, a daughter? No. We had earlier Shaila. What a Chalola has from Reli Yisrael? It was a question before. A Yisrael marries a Chalol, now she has a daughter. Is that daughter permitted to a Kohen? Right? It was a question. Does she take on the same status as the mother? Right, right. It was machlokas in the Gemara. Okay. Omer of Yudah. We say what? Menahani Mili. Where is it over here? Yeah. Menahani Omer Kro. Ubas Kohen Kisia Lizor. Kivan Sheniva Lo Leposul. Lo Poslo. She became. Tomorrow says Haimi Boile. The Komer Haimi Boile. The Komer Achmona Bas Kohen the Mitzvah Lizor. Lo Techel. Right? It says. That doesn't mean she had a forbidden relationship. It means she married a Zor, means somebody's not a Kohen. Even though she's a Bas Kohen, she can no longer eat Truma. It says, because it says, when could she eat Truma when she's Shava? So I don't need Zor. I already know it from there. When she's no longer Beis Aviyah, because it says only when she returns she can eat. So what is Kish L'Zor? Zor doesn't mean somebody's not a Kohen. It means Biasura. He says, From there I would say it's only in Isser Aseh. Because Rachmano, Hai Lav, M'chol Zor Lo Yochel Kodesh. She says, no, it's a Lav. No, she says, M'chol Zor Lo Yochel Kodesh. Nafka. I have another pasuk. A woman who marries a Zor. If you only have, it's from the inference. Because it says, Ushovel, basically she returns. So if she eats before, I'd say, you know something, she didn't violate a negative command, a lav. Because that's only an inference. When could she eat? To shava. So before she returns, she's not permitted to eat. But the Torah never said she should not eat. Didn't say b'Torah lav. She says, but since we have another pasuk that says Chol Le'ochel Kodesh, so that includes that she takes the status of a husband, of Zar. So therefore, when it says over here, the pasuk, Kisia li Zor. Zor means biasura. Chozar lo yochel kodesh ma'ashin lo kadai to ksovar dach bas koin nami mishtam amine hol v'nisis li Yisrael. Okay, I mean this is really a stretch. What the Morris writes saying now, Chozar lo yochel kodesh. When she marries a zar, even permitted, she becomes a zora. Right? That's what the Morris is saying it now. Even though there's no mashmos from the pasuk. No. We have two psukim. The pasuk before says, Baskon kisei lizor. So they were saying biasura. That we started. Baskon kisei lizor, that's biasura. Says, what do you mean? That means she married another person who's not a Kohen. So he says, no. That I already know from V'shav Beis that she can't eat truma. Right? Gemara says, but that's only an asay. It's an isser asay. How do we know the lavs? It says, because it's kol zor lo yochel kodesh. So factually, it's a stretch. Because that pasuk speaking about a non-Kohen who eats truma, that's zor lo yochel kodesh. But how do we know the Bas Kohen marries him? How do we know she takes on the status of a Zora? That's a stretch now. Rashi says that's the kosok adaitoch. Right now the Gemara holds, if she marries the Zor, she becomes a Zora. Because that's the Havamina. Right? It's also a house of Masha. Whatever, at this point it's a stretch. It's a stretch. So the Gemara says, how could you learn it's going on the wife of Bas Kohen marries the Zor? We need it for the Zor himself. How do we know a non-Kohen, if he eats Truma, he's violated a losase? Right? It says twice. Yeah, Trey, sir, it says Chozal Yochel Kodesh, Vod Gabi Basko Iksiv Vishovel Beisavia Melecho Via Tochal, V'Chol Zor Yochel Kodesh, Chol Zor Yochel. Here, it says Zor over there twice. It says Chol Zor Yochel Kodesh, and then it speaks about within the context of Shovel Beisavia. Here, Rashi brings the pasuk. Gabi Basko Iksiv Vishovel Beisavia Melecho Via Tochal, V'Chol Zor Yochel Kodesh. Umehochan Tevlu Lava Bo Lav Bas Labaskoin Nisel Yisrael La Osra Tachas Bail Lichuma. So Natamar says, I need for Bios B'Chanina. Right? Rashi says, Lahatir Onein B'Truma. Right? What's the halacha? If an Onein wants to eat Maisa Sheni, right? It's not permitted. So you have a Kal V'Chomer. If an Onein is not permitted to eat Maisa Sheni, Truma's a Shaila. But no, the Gzer Sakosov. It's chol zor lo yochol kodesh. If you're zor, not. But if you're a person's the only can, that's exer sakosov. Even though Ma'aseh Sheni is not on the level of truma, right? It's not. But there are differences. By shekel eat in Yerushalayim, truma eat anywhere. You want to eat truma, right? But it's based on this. So that we're back to square one. Zoris amartil hulaninus. The Gemara says Rabbi Yosef b'Chanina min zor, b'chol zor. It's the minza chol zor. Kadim moile chetanyo. Yeah. She says, Kishehi choseres l'trum ve'ne choseres l'chos v'shok. Terrific. Yeah, this. When it says choser l'beis ovio, right? It's very, very important. Most people don't know this. Now the halacha is if you have kochim kalim, right? You have shlovim, toda, these kinds of things. Who eats it? The Kohen gets a portion. He gets the chos v'shok, the breast and the thigh, right? The chos v'shok. Now, kochi kadoshim, only the male kohanim can eat. Women are not permitted to eat. Kochi kadoshim, chatos, osham, not permitted. Kochim kalim, just as the husbands eat, the women can eat. Wait, good. What happens now? She gets married, now she's widowed or divorced. The Bas Kohen goes back. Does she go back for everything or only for truma? So we say she only goes back for truma. She doesn't. Now today she can't eat chos v'shok any longer. Once you left, you come back partially, not fully. So that's the Gemara's question. But it says, Adakatim boile, without children. Kshi choseres l'truma, ve'ne choseres l'chos v'shok. V'am Rav Chisda Omer Ravino bar Rav, Shila Maikro, d'chsiv Bas Kohen Kisei Elizor, he betruma sakadoshim lo sochal b'mura min hakadoshim. Imkei lichtav kro, he b'kadoshim lo sochal. My betruma sakadoshim, shema mino tarti. To be continued. Okay. So you see how you have to